Good morning,
Yeah,
Rajesh ji.
Hi, good morning.
Yeah, wish you warm welcome to our digital meeting. And today I'm very happy that from Chennai, Mr. RajGopal is with us. He's a vice president with Validus Wealth Management Company as a product management. Okay, so Rajesh ji, thank you very much for joining with us and sharing your life story, life lessons to the young professional. I'm sure that those who are watching this digital meeting, okay, they will be freshers or young professional, those who are planning to scale up his or her career into banking and financial service sector, they will be benefited with this digital meeting. Okay, so thank you very much once again for accepting my invitation and joining in the digital meeting. So I request you can start with your quick introduction and then we'll take it forward for another 30 minutes our discussion. Yes, Rajesh.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Keyur. It's a pleasure meeting you once again on the Zoom mode.
Yes.
And thank you for inviting me for this discussion. A brief about myself before we proceed. I am a certified financial planner since 2012. I am a financial professional in employment since 1998. I have graduated from St. Xavier's College, Calcutta, and have finished my CA Final Group 2. I have been certified by NISM in capital markets, derivatives, insurance, and mutual fund advisory. My major stint in employment has been with Garvey, Religare Macquarie, and ICICI Securities. For the past 2 years, I'm associated with the wealth management startup LGT Validus. It's a subsidiary of LGT Bank based out of Liechtenstein. Designated Vice President in products. As a part of products and research, I double up as an investment counselor for the clients of private bankers within the organization.
Good, very good. So happy to listen about your life journey. So Rajesh ji, you attended one of the very early training workshop when I came to Chennai in 2012 September, and then you attended the workshop and completed CFP. You were one of the first participant to complete in Chennai batch. Okay, so may I know what are the 3 important key benefit to Rajesh ji? Okay, when Rajesh ji has completed CFP certification, okay, what are the 3 important key benefit or change is happened in personal life of Rajesh ji and his family member?
Yeah, sure. Let me put it this way. When I list out the key benefits of certified financial planner, as a certified financial planner, I was probably a decade old in terms of employment. So my stint prior to that was primarily in broking and audit. It was more of managing a broking unit and taking the derivatives and other propositions forward to clients. But in 2008, we had a scenario wherein the financial meltdown happened post the crisis in USA. And at that point of time, I was just one another kind of professional in the whole financial services industry. So there was a big requirement, for me to stand out.
Okay.
And I also believe that a certification was required to make me stand out from the crowd. I just briefly want to share my experience. So I just wanted to take a minute out and share what made me, get into this a profession. So I started my career in audit within a broking organization. At the time, broking was not all organized as it is now. Online trading and derivatives was just getting started. And, till that time, all the investors, were probably at the mercy of brokers who traded in physical shares, and transactions lacked transparency. If I recollect, this was on the backdrop of Ketan Parekh scam, when everybody lost money and things were, on a turmoil. But things started changing then. We had regulations coming up into broking, and today probably broking is one of the most transparent, industry we can have.
Yes.
There was a whole lot of resistance at that point of time to change. When you say change, you had brokers who probably did not accept the demat mode of transaction, the online trading. But what actually happened then? Since 2000 and from 2000 to 2020, the stock market index has moved up by 20 times. Same thing is happening in the mutual fund regulations today. So, when you talk about the industry opening up, it's going to be a quantum leap. The AUM of probably 8 lakh crore in 2013 is today at 27 lakh crore in terms of mutual funds for the in the mutual fund industry. It's already gone up by 3 times. AMFI says it's going to go up to 95 lakh crore in probably 5 to 7 years down the line. It's a huge, the market is going to be very exciting going forward. So the same thing which I encountered in 2008 to 10, I probably will see it today. And probably every other, young financial professional in the industry is going to see a quantum change. So what should you do today? I did something in 2012, that is to get myself branded. I don't want to be just another financial professional. So I said, okay, you have something called a certified financial profession. It's valid in 25 countries. So probably, you need to get it branded. You need to get yourself branded with something like that. It actually differentiates a doctor from a quack. You're no longer one of those, ordinary advisors or agents, where you just go about, selling or peddling a product. You are a doctor for an investor in terms of his wealth. You have to manage his wealth and also help it grow. So that's one of the key changes it brought within myself and also in my profession. Since then, I'm into wealth management. I dabbled with a whole amount of sales in terms of the advisory proposition. We didn't have advisory in 2012. It's just coming up, right? But I was one of the early entrants into that. Today, my company recognizes me for the certification I have done. And it's for that reason I'm into this products and advisory segment in a multinational bank.
Good.
So obviously, a normal Indian company to graduate to a multinational brand, and that too for the advisory proposition. I think that the CFP certification has been fundamental reason for that.
Very good. Excellent. So
yeah,
if we discuss, what are your personal 3 important key benefit? How because we say that CFP certification has always twin benefit. You spoke about the professional benefit, how it has helped you to transform from a Indian organization to a multinational organization, from distribution to advisory business, and right now a vice president with one of the MNC into product management, from sales to a non-sales kind of a job profile.
Yeah.
Excellent. So I'm sure it would be inspiring to the young professionals, those who are planning to take it a BFSI as a career or wealth management as a career, how CFP certification can help them to transform their professional career. Same time, we discuss what are your personal benefit. Pre-2012, you had a 1 decade of your family life, and right now almost 8 years you completed post CFP. So what are the key changes happened in your personal life?
2 things. In terms of personal life, I have been more, conscious about the way I manage my finances. Obviously, the knowledge which has come in along with the certification has helped me a lot, in terms of, managing my own finances, both present and future.
Okay.
Today, I'm probably much better off, especially, in these times of pandemic. I did not lose my sleep, in terms of, how my things are going to be. At least it's going to be taken care of. That confidence is always there. So on a personal front, you graduate to the next level of financial stability. As far as career is concerned, yes, since 2012, I would rather say that my career growth has been quite sharp. Obviously, the wealth growth will also follow along with the career growth.
Yes, yes.
And maybe it on an approximate figure, it would have multiplied by at least 5 times, if I'm not wrong.
Excellent, excellent. I'm very happy to listen, and I'm sure it give you inspiration, motivation for a young people or a fresher to take it certification in their early age, maybe in 20s, so they can achieve a far better and higher career success in their 40s. Okay, so if I
if I may just interrupt out here,
yes, yes.
I believe that it's just getting started. You know, the figures what we are talking today in terms of financialization. You know, people getting into financial products rather than hardcore assets. It's just getting started. And if we go by the AMFI figures, you know, 95 lakh crore kind of AUM getting achieved in the next 5 years. I think every youngster today has got a immensely bright future, be it in profession or in an organization through this avenue. You need to skill yourself as a certified financial planner and make the best out of that.
Good. So, yeah, Rajesh ji shared one unique thing, which like I most, which during the pandemic, okay, COVID last 6 months, there was no worry, or there was not a single sleepless night, because as a certified financial planner practitioner, you have prepared your own comprehensive financial plan, and as a part of financial plan, you have a contingency plan in place, you have insurance plan in place, so you have medical insurance, you have a contingency fund. Okay, so in that way, you know that for next 6 months or 12 months, if God forbid, if there is some hospitalization is there, or if there is a pay cut is there, okay, then there is no need to worry, because we have enough contingency fund and health insurance is in place. So that is the biggest advantage of being a certified financial planner practice, and same benefit we can basically give to our client also. So we can create a first strong foundation of client by having the proper insurance, then contingency fund, and then we can help client to build the wealth with help of the wealth creation and wealth management products like mutual fund or private equity, or maybe alternative investment fund, structured product, etc. Okay, so Rajesh ji, right now you are into product management. So may I know your organization caters to which category of client, and what kind of product and services your company offers?
This organization is a subsidiary of a private bank based out of Liechtenstein. So going by that lineage, we are a private banker catering to $500,000 plus of wealth in terms of the starting level, because that's our starting criteria kind of thing, wherein we assign professionals. They are mostly IIT, IIM, or you have certified financial planners, CFAs. They get together, they kind of handhold the clients to manage their wealth. So when I say manage the wealth, we are not kind of product producers ourselves, but it's our advisory and the reach, both offshore and onshore, which makes us stand apart. So we have a bunch of professionals, almost 70 professionals in India today, getting together to achieve this objective. It's early days. It's just 1 year down the road, which we are talking about as on date. And probably in the days to come, you'll hear a lot more about us.
Okay, good, excellent. 70 professionals are right now in India. Okay, and business model. So it is more onto a fee base or onto distribution, or combination of both?
It's a combination of both, okay. Because we cater to multiple geographies. We cannot exactly say that we are pure advisors. Okay. We have multiple licenses in place. End of the day, we have some tax professionals on board. We also manage family offices. So those are the areas we are targeting. I mean, it's not much of a retail, but it's a kind of a little bit beyond that.
Okay. So Rajesh ji, if I ask, or if we discuss further, okay, suppose today there is one fresher is there. Okay, fresher can say that completed 12th and planning for banking and financial service sector career. Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of advice you would like to give to him or her so he can basically fast track his career and achieve the milestones and on a compared to others or compared to what we did in last 25 years, he can or she can achieve in 10 years.
Okay. See, for any young professional, my simple suggestion is that, in fact, there are 3 suggestions which probably I would like to share. You need to have a very good knowledge base. You're just out of 12 or you're doing graduation. Education should never stop. So you should increase your knowledge base with every passing day. Number 2 is you need to be adaptable to changes. People get stuck, they rot and they die away because they are not adaptable.
Okay.
Today, you need to, we are seeing advisory coming into place. Tomorrow, it might be something else. The whole world will be aligned in more or less in terms of the practices. So we need to have the best practices on board. So we have to be adaptable for that. And thirdly, experience is irreplaceable. So whatever you learn, both in terms of achievements and mistakes, it's an experience for you. Obviously, when you do a mistake, it should be a one-time mistake, right? The second time, that mistake should be a lesson for you to do a better, advisory. So I think these are the 3 things which I would rather, suggest to any young professional who's coming on board today. One, he has to skill himself from time to time. The world will be constantly changing and we should not fade away.
Okay, thank you very much. So I would like to discuss into 2 parts, or you can say divide in 2 parts. When someone would like to achieve a knowledge, there are 2 options are available, and even you have completed CA inter and final aspirant. So one today mass, I can say 95% student, commerce student I am especially discussing, are going with the traditional professional education like CA, CS, CMA, okay? And 5% is looking for maximum for the parallel professional education, or you can say contemporary professional education, okay?
Yeah.
Now, if we say that, example, someone is planning to become a career into a banking and financial sector like a wealth manager or product manager or fund manager. So which path you would like to suggest, whether they should go with traditional professional education or contemporary professional education like CFP plus CFA? What is the best suitable option for them to fast track achieve their career growth?
Yeah, so I'll put it this way. When I started my career, just out of college, we didn't have too many options. It was for a commerce, person of a commerce background. If you want to study further, it would have been either CA or ICWA, or probably a MBA degree from the IIMs or something like that. But all over the world, a lot more avenues were coming up, because as the regulations change, new skills have to be added. The old the degrees or the professional degrees which you already have achieved, be it a CA or ICWA, okay, that's there to a certain level. Obviously that's irreplaceable, right? The CA degree is one of the most coveted degrees in India. But today in my organization, I have got so many CAs who have, who are CFAs, who are CFPs. They have done that just to enhance their professional, skills. Today, you need to do something like this because these are tuned for the future. Every individual today needs a financial planner. In India, maybe it's just getting started, as I said, but this is going to be the industry wherein a lot of scope would be there, and irrespective of the fact that you are a commerce graduate or a CA, you need to probably upskill yourself to a CFA or a CFP. That's one of the most important things I would rather suggest to every young professional. And one more thing, there's one of my, seniors in my office told me, we have a very interesting term in Japanese. It's a Japanese philosophy called Kaizen. Kaizen means change for the better, right? So in Japanese business philosophy, which sees increase in one's productivity, if you want to be more productive in future, the Kaizen comes into play. It is a methodical and a gradual process wherein one enhances his capabilities, both in terms of skills and productivity over a period of time. So I want everyone to imbibe the Kaizen philosophy into himself and, upskill yourself with these degrees like, CFPs and CFAs. It's very, very important.
Okay, so you are suggesting that if they go with the CFP plus CFA, so it can help them to fast track their career into banking and financial service sector. And
especially private banking.
Private banks. And again, one biggest, you also experienced before 20 years in traditional professional education qualification like CS, CS, CMA, where you have a huge volume of students. Let's say every year, if I'm right, maybe your 10 lakh students are joining, but every year we know that 25-30,000 CA are produced. Okay, so chances that someone who invests today average, I'm talking about average, not exceptional student, but average student takes 7 years of time. And after 7 years time, 90% student face with the, you can say, some kind of negative outcome. They completed their inter-CA or they basically and decided to exit or quit the CA, and they thought that they lost their 7 precious year. That 90% they could not complete the final exam because of one subject, and now they cannot call them as a CA. Okay, and if you have not completed CA or not completed the CS or CMA, then your part degree doesn't give you that kind of credential and the benefit of the in salary also. So if someone today, a 12 plus student or graduate, if you think out of box and innovative, and if you look for some kind of a professional international certification like CFP and later on CFA, okay, where basically curriculum is contemporary, international, as well as pass percentage is on average 50%. So you can sure that if you go with the right training and right course, you have a almost 80% probability of completing your CFP plus CFA certification in 3 to 4 years. And that's how you can start your salary. After CFP certification, one can start today in Metro City 25,000 minimum salary per month. And after CFP plus CFA, one can start with minimum 50,000 per month. So may I note that, as you said, that you have a 70 odd professionals, and there may be many relationship manager, or you can call they are into client facing profile. We can call them as a wealth advisor, okay, or wealth manager. So what is the on average when any professional completed CFP or maybe CFA or CA or MBA finance join your organization, what is the average starting salary your organization offers in India?
See, I would rather put it this way, most of the people who are there in the current organization have a fair amount of, experience. So we don't have too many freshers in terms of, new to the industry as such. But having said that, all these people have started with either an MBA or an engineering degree to start with. But it has been our organization's effort, to ensure that they are upskilled every time. And its organization has been, proactively ensuring that we get a CFA degree. See, these degrees are meant to not just enhance your skills, but also progress you professionally. Today, I think the average salary, for a person of 3-4 years who are getting into this organization, they can easily start with a 10 lakhs salary to, begin per annum. So that's the amount of financial benefit you might get with a CFP CFA certification.
Good, very good. You are 40 plus professional, having total 25 years of experience. So may I know your future plan in next 5 year, 10 year, 25 year? Where do you see yourself? What new thing you would like to do in your personal and professional career?
Okay. I'm a person who is in employment now. I'm not a professionally practicing CFP. But having said that, and at the moment I'm with a startup, right? So my objectives and visions are maybe slightly different to a normal banker as such. It's our objective collectively to ensure that we grow this company to a certain level wherein a lot of valuation is achieved in the next 5 to 7 years. So we have a 7-year plan. That's in terms of profession. We are all in it together. Hopefully we can do that maybe earlier to that also. And that's as far as the mission for I myself have in terms of my career.
Okay. So may I know your sources of inspiration, motivation? What motivates you to work hard, work smart, to learn and upgrade regularly?
My inspiration, motivation, maybe, I have my peers, my mentors, and my family. I think these three are the source of my inspiration and motivation. All three have a big role to play in to where I stand today, to what, the Rajesh RajGopal you might be knowing today is because of the efforts of all three of them. So I would like to thank my mentors, my peers, and my family for that.
Okay. Okay. So you spoke one word, mentor. Okay. So we require at a different point of time, different mentors. Okay. Or you can say role model who can help us to fast track the career growth. So can you little share how different mentor help you to take it your life into fast track mode?
Okay. I'm a Hindu by faith. So one of the things my parents had taught me, the hierarchy of how, you should give respect and other things. It's Mata, Pita, Guru, Devam. Now, for me, Guru comes one level before Devam. Devam is God, right? And Guru, for a student, it might be the teacher. For a profession, it has to be a mentor. And especially for, individual professionals, you are standing alone in the world. You need a mentor to, guide you in terms of your career and stand with you all the time. I believe a mentor is a guru for all professionals. He can upgrade your skill sets and he can help you stay up the, curve. A mentor's role is to critically analyze and, every individual in terms of his profession. I think he's indispensable.
Okay. So it was a good discussion. I would like to continue this discussion for maybe another half an hour, but let conclude the because it is.
Maybe we'll have a sequel some other time.
Yes, yes. Yeah, this is part one, and then we can introduce part two. So it was very pleasure to meet digitally. After a long time, we first interacted in 2012 when you attended this CFP training. Then you came to Bangalore to participate as a speaker in a conference in 2016. And now we are in 2020 October meeting digitally. And I'm sure that this discussion is going to be helpful for a CFP aspirants or CFP practitioner to take it forward their career next level, or any freshers or young junior professional aspiring to take it forward his career growth to a next level. So what is the one final message you would like to give to young people today? We can say in leading private banks, in retail they call it RM, relationship manager. In wealth they call it wealth manager. And we have seen in our country, specifically I'm talking private banks, those who are distributing third-party product to their customers next level, or how they can do a more qualitative work for their client?
Okay. The first and foremost is every youngster should stay focused in their career, because you have a lot of, you always find the other side to be the greener pasture, right? So that's not always like that. So that is the first, request. I find a lot of people who move from one job to another just because, you find something better every time. It's not that. You have to stay focused. That shows, I mean, also the clients reads you, every time you meet a client, he reads, how steady is this relationship manager in terms of the character which he possesses, right? So that's the first one. Secondly, today's generation is a powerhouse of knowledge and skills. I mean, quite unlike old timers like me. You should channelize this knowledge to, building your trust and your, equity. Today, when we, as a financial professional, we seek valuation, right? Be it in terms of stock markets or anything. What is the value of this particular proposition, business, stock? What is your value? What is your PE? That should be the, it should, you need to have your own calculations. Like you do a calculation for a company, you should do a calculation for yourself. I think you need to understand that trust and your equity will, carry you throughout your life. I mean, your whole life, it will be helpful for you. And after some time, it's just going to, it's a compounding thing. You don't have to worry about it, at the age of 40 and all. You'll find it just booming after that. So I wish everyone all the best in terms of taking their career forward in becoming a CFA, CFP, and, yeah, that's it. All the best.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Rajesh ji, for accepting my digital meeting invitation and sharing your life journey of last 25 years, your struggles, your achievements. Okay, and I'm sure that this is going to inspire all young professionals, those who are looking to have a good career in banking and financial service sector. So thank you very much.
My pleasure, Keyur ji, and stay safe and have a good time.
Yeah, thank you very much.